A week ago today, we helped Annie with her gentle transition to the Rainbow Bridge, and this is a tribute to that day. Somewhere between here and here is this thing called life. And if you're a lucky dog, you have a great life like Annie did, with plenty of reasons to smile and enjoy each and every day. The thing about Annie is she was the eternal puppy. I called her my baby in a big world forever, and she very much proved that to be true. I mean, she truly was amazing and had such youth and zest for life and joy forever. And it was just such a fun thing to watch. Everybody enjoyed her little Annie antics. But as the years, go along, they do slow down and they become these tender, sweet senior dogs. People miss out if they think that seniors aren't where it's at, because honestly they are. They're my favorite age. They're a lot of work, but they're so sweet and tender, and they sleep a lot more, and they just need a lot more consideration. A lot of times supplements and therapies, walks each and every day. I had Annie doing it each and every day to keep her muscles going, and she really loved them. She eventually went into socks when her little pads would just get so tender. This was us at one of our trips to the crystal shop. And she graduated to booties just because her pads were pretty tender and her, paws were pretty arthritic as well. I did do cold laser on them as a treatment, but I did put her in boots for her walks too. And you can only use those short term because they cool off with their pads, right? So they need to be breathable boots and short term use only. I did acupuncture, chiropractic, and massage and laser treatments with her once a month for 3 years, and then the last 2 years she got them with Dr. Deb every 2 weeks. So she and Dr. Deb were good friends, and Annie loved her spa days. Again, this is a very good way to keep your dogs going for a long time and supporting their body. But eventually she just was slowing down, and her body was just gradually slipping away, and Eric and I, even though she had that spark in her eye, we knew that it was time. So together we made the heart-wrenching decision to let sweet Annie go to the bridge. We played her gong for her. She got the breakfast of champions, Wendy's burger, salmon fillet, and cookies from Dog Mom's Bakery. This is her rock from Uncle Jay upstairs. And this is kisses during the transition, and she transitioned with lamb chop, of course, because everybody that knows Annie knows she's all about her lamb chops. I was kissing her and talking to her the whole time. Some Orioles showed up in the bush next to us. I'll have you listen to them. And these were her final moments on Earth. So listen to this. Do you hear those little guys? Those were the 2 birds that showed up in the tree right before she transitioned, and as soon as she did, they left. I think it was Toby and Reese. Later, this is Reese's wind chime. See how they're in the house? Has to be perfect breeze. There's Toby's wind chime. And this chime is from our friend Christy. It was chiming as well. Everybody just letting us know that they got our girl, which brought such peace to mine and Eric's heart. This is her little moon later that night. This was in the afternoon. I saw some God rays in the sky, and then I looked up, and do you see that dog coming into heaven? Thank you, Annie, for showing me you got there safe and sound. That was later that day. And then this was her night. I hope that you hear it. That brought me a lot of peace as well. And then we're going to talk about signs next. And my question to you is, What do you consider a sign? Common signs are coins, feathers, numbers, songs, butterflies, dragonflies, birds, dreams. You could dream about your pet or loved one, rainbows. But you have to be the one that's in charge of assigning a sign to your angels and then looking for the signs to appear. Annie, I assigned her 555. And look, later that day when doing laundry, 15 cents in the dryer. I later opened a book directly to this page. It's a book I've never read before, and it was the only thing in that book about angels. I was on a call and had to take a survey, and when I was right about to hang up, I noticed the 555s at the end of my call. And then when I hung it up, it was 9 o'clock, and 900 is also a sign I have given Annie. She cost us $900 when we bought her as a puppy. Between her in-home euthanasia and her cremation, it was $900. So talk about full circle there, right? And she took her last breath at 9 a.m. This is Jessie clearly seeing Annie. Annie always would check out every flower bouquet that ever showed up at this house, and our neighbors brought us flowers, and I put them on the counter and watched Jessie's face. I mean, she's clearly seeing Annie. Sweet Annie, you are nothing short of a blessing to journey with. I'm grateful for the 15 years that you spent with me and your daddy and all of your siblings. Continue to send us signs, if you would, to help heal our hearts and to keep us knowing that you're around. But know that no matter what it takes, I will continue to look for you, and we will be together again, be it this lifetime or next. Where there is deep grief, there was great love, and you were great love.